All right, looks like we're all set. Let's get this baby on the road. Let's go. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope you're all doing okay. I know that I'm all right as well, enjoying summer to the max. Just kind of hung out with my son all weekend, kind of watching the Olympics and, just kicking back. And that's always a blast. So I'm also pretty excited and anxious because I'm hoping to finish this painting today. So we are going to get to work right away because I don't want to waste any time. What I'm going to do is continue to finish off my frame, put on my signature, add a little shadowing to this triangle, and then we'll be all done. All we have to do is roll it up and ship it to the museum. So I'm not going to waste time. I am going to jump in right away. I'm going to grab my gold paint, grab my knife. It is really toasty here in the studio. As you can imagine, end of July. Yep, it's not going to get any cooler for quite a while. So, but I'm not complaining. I prefer the heat to the cold. So, let's put this golden red gold. I don't know. I find it to be a little reddish for some gold paint. It was given to me. So why not use it? I prefer the yellow gold more than this kind of reddish gold, but what the heck. Everything on this canvas is kind of new for me. This kind of magenta background color as well was given to me. Aqua magenta. I've never used this color before. I've never done a triangle before in the center of my paintings. I've never used these kind of turquoise blue or turquoise green either. So this is a painting of innovations to a certain extent. Of course, you can always recognize that it's one of my paintings. So let's grab a paintbrush. I'm going to grab a larger paintbrush to start off with, just to get the gold paint to be the right consistency so it goes on the canvas very nicely. I'm not going to put too much water because I do want the paint to be nice and opaque. But it's a little thick, so I am going to work on that. And I think I'm going to start down here first on this upper row. Like that, I'll have time to dry. I'm going to put my signature right in this area right here. And then we'll do this. And I have to finish this right-hand side. There's a good hour's worth of work, seeing how long it took me 2 days to do like the rest. So I'm kind of in a race here, because I would love to finish this today. But this is kind of tedious work, so I can't go too fast. And I have to admit, it's kind of boring, especially for someone who's watching, I would assume. So I won't be mad if you fall asleep while watching. The main thing is that I don't fall asleep, I guess. So this is very nice here, nice and creamy, but I think it's just a little too thick. Just going to add one last drop of water. Mix this all in, blend it so it's nice and homogeneous. There we go. There, let's start off like that. And if I need to add more water, I will. Let me grab my chair, get that ready right now. Now let's pick the right paintbrush. So this is the paintbrush I use for the dots. And I don't remember what I used to do the rest, to be honest with you. Was it this brush here? It looks somewhat familiar. Or was it this one? Jeez, I can't remember. Okay, I'm going to try the thinner of the two brushes. I'm going to try this one. Hopefully this is going to be the one that we want. I am going to just move over camera number 1, bring it a little closer to the canvas, put it over to the side because I don't want to be standing in front of it. Let's bring this down right here. There we go. I'm just going to continue right here. And so, how is everything going over here? Okay, uploading at 4,800 kilobytes. Everything looks fine. No dropped frames. So let's go to camera number 1 and let's get to work. Fortunately, I can't go very fast on this, but let's need a few seconds to warm up. And it looks like I do have the right brush. Now, even looking at this gold that's dry from last Friday, I can see that this is really not going to be one of my favorite golds. I love using gold paint, but I don't really like this one, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a very pretty gold. Even in real life, right? There's 3 kinds of gold. We have red gold, which is the cheapest of the golds. And you have white gold, and then the yellow gold. When I was in Colombia, I noticed that most of the gold there was red gold. And I mention it because there is the Museum of Gold there, and they do have quite a bit of gold, a lot of jewelry for tourists and whatnot. So the gold on my palette is already dried out. I do have a fan, but I can tell that it is nice and toasty here in the studio. Very good. So let me just move over a little bit more, just like that. I'll move off the camera as well. Oh, pick it up right there. How come this? Here, let me just add a little more water to my paint. It's already dried up. Can't believe it. There you go. Just guess it needed another shot of water. Okay. Let's try this now. Hopefully it's going to work out a little better. even dry, I don't think this gold looks very much like gold. It looks more like an ochre yellow or something. I assume that when the light hits it in the right direction, that's when you can tell it's gold. Now that's okay. It's nice to try something new, even if it doesn't work out 100% to your expectations. That's how you learn. I think eventually I'm going to be playing some music as I paint. And then I'll be able to get into a meditative mode and start letting my mind wander. Like that, time will flow faster. And I'll enjoy myself more. Good, let me continue. Let's move the chair over a little bit and follow through with the camera. Go. I know one thing about this canvas that I discovered is this turquoise green. This turquoise green right here is so beautiful. I'm sure I'm going to be using a lot more turquoise green and the blue. And this turquoise blue right here. That is beautiful as well. So you have the green here and the blue here. And then further on the canvas, there's also that light baby blue, cerulean blue. And all three of these combinations are really very nice together. I wouldn't be surprised if my next painting had some of those colors in it, or use it as a background, maybe, to my painting. We'll see. All right, so we're getting to the end here. That's good. There we go. So what are we going to do next? I guess we're going to tackle this part here. I got to do the left-hand side first, then the right-hand side. So that's pretty good. So let me just bring the camera over a little bit then and put it in the right. So we're going right here. I'll zoom in just a little bit, just like that. I guess I need my chair a little bit more, so that's okay. And while I'm here, I might as well add a little bit or rework my paint that again is already dried up already. That's how hot it is. The water evaporating very quickly. So just rework that a little bit, just like that. Very good. All right, wipe off the excess paint on my brush. And let's get back to camera number 1, maybe. There we go. This is very repetitious, but I think it's going to look very nice when it's finally done. At least I hope so. Pull the camera back a little bit so I don't have to deal with that every 10 seconds. Nothing worse than painting and forgetting to move the camera to follow what you're doing. Either that or having the camera go blurry on you without you knowing it. That's another drag that I have to be careful of. This is going to be the 3rd day of doing this motif. I don't think I've ever spent that much time on one thing. 3 days. Started on Thursday. Now I did have to stop early on Thursday because I was streaming on Facebook Live. And Facebook Live just gave me such a hard time because it is so demanding in its amount of frame rates. That my stream starts screwing up on me. And screwing up to the point where I just had to quit. And it's not the first time it's done that to me. It's like the 3rd time. So I don't think I'm going to do my streaming anymore on Facebook Live. I used to do it on Facebook Live, but I'll continue on YouTube on Thursdays, which is the day where I do my streaming in French. So all right, so we're done with this side. Of course, I forgot to move the frigate camera to follow what I was doing. Bummer. Okay, so I'm gonna switch brushes again. And this time we are going to finish off these little dots here on the inside of the frame. just like that. I mean, the reason I'm working this way is obviously so that I don't have to worry about putting my hands in the wet paint since I'm right-handed. That's why I always try to start off with the left-hand side, then just work my way down and around the canvas, always to avoid catastrophes. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go the other way though and work my way from left to right rather from right to left. So let me just pull this back. Let's come back where we were when we started today's painting. Right about there. And we'll just start putting our dots down that way. So, grab my little chair. Keep this to be a nice straight line if possible. This part goes quickly. Camera over. Go. There we go. Very good. Okay, so we finished that. Now what? Now we have this bottom row here to do, and then this far right side to do as well. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's do that lower row, and we'll end up, and then we'll go halfway because I'll be sick of sitting down, so we can just ping pong back and forth. So let's just start off over here. Well, let me get rid of this staple that doesn't do a damn thing. There we go. And again, I'm just gonna rework this paint, which again has thickened quite a bit. I'd rather just rework it without adding water because I don't want it to be too diluted. As I mentioned before, I want it to stay nice and opaque. So, but it gets, as soon as I start working it, it gets back to being the way it should be. There we go. There we go. And then I need to sit down, get right down on the floor here to get to that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use this big paint can, I guess. Got a little pillow for my tender ass. Okay, so let's not procrastinate. Let's go back to camera number 1. Let's do this. Go. Zoom in a little more. Why not? Just like that. Now I'm not in direct line of the fan, and suddenly I realize I'm sweating bullets. So I watched several games of the Olympics that pitted France against the United States. I watched the basketball team for men, where France won. And then I watched the volleyball, France men, USA, France, and the United States killed them. I was thinking it's such a dilemma. What country am I for? And I kind of realized when I'm in France, I'm for the US, and when I'm in the States, I'm for France. It's just like that question I'm often asked, since I'm a dual national, half French, half American, people ask me what country or what do I prefer the most, the US or France? And I kind of always give the same answer after thinking about it for quite a while and having that question asked so many times. Then I kind of came up to the conclusion that I like the collective karma of France better than the US, and I like the individual karma of Americans more than the French. It's kind of how I answer that question. The collective karma of France is pretty awesome. You know, you have your health coverage, 100% taking care of the thing. I like the intellectual intelligence of French philosophy, poetry, politics. But the individual karma of Americans, the Americans are just such really nice people. Nice people, friendly. I have a lot of friends, a lot of fun with my friends in the States. I miss them too. I'm getting back into the fold of the fan, which is cool. It's good. There we go. And I realized that I might as well grab my other brush and do these dots while I'm here, rather than having to come back later and do them. So let me do that. Let me go back over here and get these dots done. There we go. Okay, I'm starting to get kind of messy here. I don't know. It's because I'm not in a very comfortable position. So I'm getting to be a little bit sloppy here, which is a drag. Better get a hold of myself very quickly here. So, just rinse off my brushes here. Rework a little bit this paint as well. This time I will give it a good drop of water because it is. These are the three things you have to absolutely do if you want to have fun painting. Is one, have the right consistency of the paint. Two, have the right paintbrush. And three, be in a comfortable position to paint. And if one of those three things is wrong, well, your painting is going to turn into it's not going to be as pleasurable to do. So, there we go. Okay, so where are we here? Let's get back to here. Ding, boom, boom. How's camera number one doing? Camera's all set. So let's switch back to camera number one. I'm also trying to hurry up, which is not something I should do, because I realize I have a lot more work than I thought I did. Taking a lot longer, even though I knew it was going to be long and tedious. Still. All right. Now let's get back to these little dots. Chop. All right, very good. Moving along. Okay, I'm just going to grab a little drink of water here as well. There we go. Okay, so what? We're about 2/3 done, maybe? I hope. It's been, what, 40 minutes? So yeah, a good hour to do that. Now I'm wondering if we won't finish this painting till tomorrow. Well, let's continue. We'll figure it out as we go along. So let me rework again our gold paint here. Go. Finish this sitting down near the floor area done. And our dots. Then we can get paint standing up, which is what I prefer to do. And I don't mind painting sitting down on my chair because it's at a nice level, but if I have to stoop down, kind of a pain in the neck. And that's basically what I have to do right now. So anyways, let's get back down to our little painting here. Turn around, get to my keyboard so I can press on camera number 1 on the shortcut. And let's continue. Of course, there's other ways of doing what I'm doing, like making a stencil. You know. All right, getting very close to the end, thank God. All right, very good. Let's get back to our dots. All right. Oh, jeez. So, let's get this out of the way. Let's step back and see where we are at. So we only have this right-hand side more to do. Very good. Now I'm going to start with the top part though. Let me hook up my camera to some power so it doesn't die out on us. Go. So where are we? We are way up here. This is where we want to go. Very good. So let me just move my camera back. There we go. I want it off to the side so I'm not in front of the lens, of course. Maybe I'll pull it back just a little bit so I can. Okay, so again, let's work out this gold with some water. I have forgotten how paint dries out so quickly in the summertime. It's been warm the other days, but not quite as toasty as today. I'm not going to complain when I see how it is in the States and other places. I am probably going to have to make a little more gold, but we'll do that in a few minutes. Let's get back to the paint first. Okay, so boom, back to camera number one. So maybe before I do that, I'm going to just introduce, I'm going to play a little bit of music. This is from my friends Lucien on the drum, Diego is on the violin, and Jacek on the guitar. So I'm going to play a little music. It'll make me go drift away in my mind and make time go by faster, and it'll probably be nicer for you as well. Won't be as boring to watch. So let's go. Ah, la 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 la, getting sloppy here. Grab my chair. All right, very good. Got this part done. Now we'll just do the final dots here. Let's go back up here. Let me pull this out a little bit. Right. Finally, got this frame done, this part at least. Tu t'en vas?
Ouais.
Ok. Tu vas où? C'est un gros plan de là-haut. Tu vas être sur la caméra, allez, on va te
Au
mettre.
revoir public. Merci. Ouais, ça va? Ouais, ça marche.
Tu repasses quand?
La semaine demain, de toute façon, là, j'ai perdu les clés de mon
De ton...
cadenas de mon vélo, bien évidemment.
Ah, il est enfermé à clé en bas?
Là, ouais.
Alors comment tu vas l'ouvrir?
Ouais, je vais encore chercher. Je vais avoir quelqu'un. Les clés, un U en plus, putain.
Ouais, je sais pas quel genre de clé c'est, mais il l'a pas accroché. Bah non, il doit être chez toi. Hein. À savoir.
Enfin bon. La semaine, parce que j'aimerais le récupérer.
T'as pas un trousseau? Il est pas sur
Là,
ton
si,
trousseau?
j'ai ramené 2 trousseaux.
Ah, aucun.
Sur mon trousseau. J'ai ramené 2 trousseaux pensant que c'était les bonnes, mais c'est pas du tout ça.
T'as pas un de ces clés-là?
Non, sûr que non.
Non?
Bon, j'ai quand même vérifié. Non, c'est des clés noires.
Ah.
Bon, bah demain.
Ouais, ouais.
T'as fini là?
Bah, pas encore. Hein. J'en ai encore pour une bonne demi-heure.
On va boire un coup après, si tu veux.
Ouais.
Tranquille, je te l'offre.
Je picole pas, hein, tu sais, c'est ça le problème.
Je te l'offre, comme la dernière fois.
Ouais, je me souvenais même pas, mais.
Mais moi, je picole pas, j'ai plus que ça fait 4-5 jours que je picole.
Oui, c'est ce que tu me dis à chaque fois que je te vois. Ça fait 4-5 jours.
5 jours, je picole.
Ah oui.
J'ai pas arrêté. Donc ce soir, non, mais un sirop.
Oui, oui. Bah, écoute, peut-être pas ce soir, mais demain, peut-être viens manger à la maison, hein, c'est un truc comme ça.
Ouais, ouais, ouais.
Tu peux même dormir dans le lit d'Alex si c'est plus calme ou moins chaud que chez toi. Il y a un ventilo dans sa chambre.
Ok.
Demain, il faut que je fasse ma linge et je sais même pas si je vais venir au Pigeonnier, donc
D'accord.
on se parle au téléphone.
Ouais,
Puis,
on voit ça,
puis
ok.
je prends des pâtés, des trucs comme ça, hein, une
Ok.
baguette et on se fait un truc comme ça à la maison.
Si tu veux, ouais, apéro.
Ouh. Oui, apéro, bien sûr, tu as le droit de boire, hein.
On va voir. Ça
Mais
marche. On aura plus les temps.
quelque chose comme ça, tranquille.
Ouais, ouais, ça marche. Je suis là à la semaine.
D'accord, d'accord. Ouais.
À part si je pète les plombs, que je vois que ce soir c'est compliqué, que j'arrive pas à dormir, etc. Et alors là, je prends une location, je me casse à la montagne.
Ouais, je te dirais, tu peux venir ce soir dormir dans le lit
Non,
d'Alex.
mais
Le problème, c'est que j'ai pas envie de changer les draps.
non, 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 mais
Ça me
là
fait encore
j'ai
du.
dormi
Tu vois, c'est pour ça que
j'ai
je.
dormi de 1h30 à 7h, j'ai dormi 6h30, ça va. Là, ça va, j'ai fait ma nuit. Là.
D'accord.
Et je pense que il faut un jour ou deux d'adaptation quand tu arrives du calme.
Oui, oui, bien sûr. Mais
C'est
enfin,
ça, j'en suis là. Et puis il fait frais là. Non, t'inquiète, ouais, demain.
oui, sans ça, oui, sans ça, oui, n'hésite pas, quoi,
Ouais,
franchement.
ouais, non, t'inquiète pas.
D'accord.
Ça, s'il y a du bruit à 11h en bas, on descend à 2 là.
Exactement.
Qu'est-ce qu'on vous a dit?
Oui,
C'est même pas bonjour. Qu'est-ce qu'on vous a dit?
exact.
Là, je vais te regarder, je dis, c'est fou, il y en a qui comprennent pas, quoi.
Ouais. Putain, c'est dingue.
Voilà, demain.
Ok, ça marche. Ciao, Pierre. So, back to business here. I'm not really sure I know what I'm doing. I'm trying something new as well. Not sure how it's going to work out.
Pierre, tu l'assures?
Ah,
Ah, merci.
c'était sur le trousseau?
Ouais.
Ah, super.
C'est la première que j'ai essayée en plus.
Ah bah putain,
J'ai une adaptation.
excellent. Ouais, ciao. Okay, I'm going to play some music again, continue on this painting. There we go.
Marazzini arattolo chiama Amarazzo vendano zipporocera Cantara condara seremare
Well, I don't know what to think. Honestly, I was trying something new, hoping it would look great. And so far, I don't know what to think. I'm not sure this is working out the way I was hoping it would. Anyways, I'm going to stop the music just for a few seconds here while I'm talking. But I am going to have to make a little bit more paint here. Surprised that lasted as well as it did what I had before. So I don't know. This doesn't turn out to be quite. I thought it would look better. To be honest, I'm going to continue, see what it looks like when it's all done. So far, it's not quite what I had in mind. Here, I'll just give a little, just like a little view of it. Looking at one corner of the painting right there. I'll go back to camera number 1. Well, that's basically what I did so far as a close-up, but like I said, I'm not really sure this is quite. Anyways, so maybe it'll grow on me and maybe it won't, but no matter what, I have no choice but to continue. So that's what I'm going to do. I have to find the middle of the canvas, which is what, just about like right there. So let's continue. Whoops. I do have to work my paint though. It is rather thick, so add quite a bit of water to it. As we know, it will evaporate very rapidly. So we are going on an hour and a half of a stream here. I do notice that I did drop several frames on my upload here. That's probably due to the music. I have a much better upload speed during the winter than I do during the summertime, which is very surprising. Who is this, Claudine? Or yes, it is. Claudine, who just came up to the mountaintop. Bonjour Claudine. Ça va? Pourquoi t'es venue? T'es folle? Bah oui, pourquoi?
I came late on purpose. I thought by 4 o'clock in the afternoon it's okay, but it's not.
No, it's not before 9 o'clock at night.
No, I came not yesterday, the day before in the morning. But from 11 until 8 after.
It is hot.
But it's also kind of
Muggy.
humidity.
Yes, yes.
It's not only hot.
Yeah.
It's something more.
We call it muggy.
Muggy.
Muggy when it's
Okay.
sticky, you know, it's sticky.
And why a mug alors? Think it's something to do with?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
At least I don't think so, no.
Who knows? It's gorgeous, the goldfish all around.
Ah, justement, I was just saying, j'étais pas sûr.
I
Je
got
sais
it
que
personally.
c'est vrai?
It sounds of India to me,
Ouais. Ouais, ouais, I know.
like on the sari, you know, some
Yes.
precious sari. They
Yes.
easily this kind of things. I quite like the change.
Yeah, it is
Uh-huh.
different, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't
If you're
sure.
not sure, maybe to put a touch of gold somewhere else, just to make a record of it.
Maybe,
Why not?
yeah, yeah. Maybe, wait.
Why not?
Well, I'm getting back to it because I'd like to finish today. It's been like already an hour and a half, and I probably have another 45 minutes.
Okay.
Because I'd like to finish this painting today. Tomorrow I'm not going to come, I don't think.
I don't either because there are works in the building.
Ah,
They cut the water. They are going to change the tube or whatever. So I prefer to stay there. You
ouais.
never know.
C'est dans ton appart ou là où tu
Le
habites?
petit, l'autre.
Dans le petit, ah oui.
Ouais.
Ah oui, ils vont le faire finalement.
Ils
ça.
le font.
Ah bah
ouais.
tant mieux.
J'ai fait exprès de. J'ai pas le plombier.
Ouais.
Il avait une disponibilité ces jours-ci. Du coup, j'ai pas loué exprès
Ouais.
cette période-là. Et ils vont le faire comme ça. Moi, je suis tranquille. Que
Oui,
l'an
oui,
prochain,
tout à fait.
Parce que pendant les vacances, je m'en fous. Je voudrais pas après quand les petits sont installés.
Ouais, ouais, après,
et
oui,
cette
oui.
chiandie de
Oui, oui.
nouveau.
Oui,
non,
oui,
non,
tout
là,
à fait.
samedi que j'ai dû courir derrière, que je te dis pas.
Ouais, ouais.
Ça a été infernal. Mais je pense qu'il devait en avoir tellement ras la casquette de m'avoir, d'avoir des mails et des coups de fil. Il a dû se dire, allez, on le fait parce qu'elle va trop nous faire chier.
Bah, ouais, bah, il faut. Hein.
Enfin, en tout cas, je ne sais pas si c'est la raison pour laquelle.
Ouais.
Mais c'est demain.
Bah, tant mieux, tant mieux.
Donc je viendrai mercredi.
Ça marche. Well, I had doubts about what I was doing, and Claudine thought it looked good, so that kind of helped. Oh, what the fuck am I doing here? Oh, yes, okay. And I lost track of where I was at here. I thought I screwed up, but fortunately not. I hate being in front of the lens like that. Or whatever. There we go, there we go. So, where are we at here? Let me just step back for a second. Take a look, we're about halfway finished on this part. I'm going to step back even further, take a look from way back. Okay, from a further distance, it looks, well, it looks different. Let's put it that way. Guess I'm going to have to get used to it. Not really sure if I like it, though. Damn it. Okay, so that's the way it goes, but there's nothing I can do now, so let's continue. Let's just boogie on and keep going. I'm going to need my chair for this part here. There's my brush. Get rid of the excess water here, and then let's switch over. I'll put the music back on, and let's get back to work. Kind of hard to follow with camera because I keep jumping back and forth. But whatever. Voilà.
Ambarazzare, marazzare mia, un moreccio grania marana sandre dara, a merezzore, brazzo marantari della standarore, un muriccio ranza garamore di assecca.
I always say that, like I said earlier in the stream, that you need three things to do a good painting. The right consistency, the right texture of your paint, the right paintbrush, and to be in a comfortable position to paint. And right now I am not in a comfortable position to paint, and I feel like that I'm sloppy because of that. I don't have full control of my acts. over a little bit here? Close to the end of this painful section of the painting. Just breaking my back.
Oh, my little baby, I love you so much. You are my darling. Between us there is the sky, but I love your eyes, and I want to drink the beauty of God inside your mouth.
I want to drink the inside of your mouth. That was too crazy.
All right, getting there. We're getting there. Almost at the end. Almost at the end. Very good. So I'm just going to stop the music for a second. We are basically done with the painting. I'm so thrilled about that. There's just one last little thing I would like to do, and that is to put some shading on the yellow background of my triangle here. And then we'll be all done. So for that, I need some beige. And I do have some somewheres. Where are you hiding? There you are. I really don't need that much. Let me just grab a little palette here somewheres. Guess anyone will do. Okay, just a little bit of a dab of beige that I'm going to put on with a stiff brush. Something like this. And I'm going to put a little bit of yellow right next to it. The same yellow that I use as the background, just because I'm afraid the beige will be the contrast will be too intense. So I'd want to just go with something just light. It's got to be, maybe even on the camera you won't even notice it. You'll only notice it by standing in front of the painting, but so I'm just going to have to do this very carefully. I'm going to go with the yellow first. Go with the yellow first and just add the beige to it afterwards. So, and I'm not going to paint, I'm just going to dab on the colors. So there's the yellow. Now let's get a little bit of this beige in there. See if we can't mix them up together. So I would think something like this would make me happy. Let's try it. So I'm going to come back to camera number 1. I'm going to zoom in even more. Because I know as this paint dries, it's going to darken. That's why I got to be very careful with this yellow. See, you can barely see what I've done right here. That's exactly what I want, just a hint. Just a little hint of this shadowing here. I don't know if that's coming across on the canvas or not. I mean, on the camera. But here, live and in color, you can actually see a little bit of this shading. And that's going to do it. I'm going to leave it just like that. So, we are done on this canvas of many different new things going on. I'm going to zoom in a little bit with both of my cameras so we can have a full view of it. That's what it looks like with camera number 2. Right, and then if I go to camera number 1, it looks like that. I don't know if it's me or the camera, but it looks a little bit blurry, doesn't it? Maybe not. I can't really tell. So anyways, let's go back there. Here's camera number 2. I'm doing this really so when I edit my movie, I'll have some more scenes. There's camera number 1, and I can't help myself. I keep thinking that this camera is slightly blurry. No, am I dreaming this or not? Okay, I guess I am. So anyways, my friends, there we have it. Only thing missing is my signature, but I'll worry about that later. So, oops, let me get this. There we go. So anyways, my friends, I want to thank you very much for joining me. I hope it wasn't too boring. It's been a long stream, 2 hours, not that bad. 2-hour stream. Finally got this painting done. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that. A lot of different innovations in this painting, starting with the background color, right? That magenta, aqua magenta as a background. And then again, these turquoises, turquoise blue, turquoise green, and you have the cerulean blue as well. And then this kind of a border that I've never done before either. So these are all the innovations of our stream. So what would happen if I zoom in a little bit, just like that, on camera number 1, show you like a close-up of what the painting looks like. And there you can see the slight shading I added to the yellow. So, very good. Very good, very good. So, again, I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me. Well, tomorrow I don't think I'm going to come in. I was thinking of taking a few days of vacation, actually. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to come in and start a new canvas. But anyways, you'll know. All you have to do is go look at the TheZenRebel on Instagram or on my Facebook page, and you'll know exactly when I'm coming in next time. Knowing myself, I'll probably be in day after tomorrow. I don't think I can stay away from painting, but we'll see. So anyways, thank you very much for joining me. I all hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. And I'll leave you with my schedule again, even though it's going to be a little bit off this week. And I'm going to say, like usual, ciao mes amis.